But I think, Rob, the biggest series, and this is not surprising, you're talking about the defending champion in it, is Minnesota and Denver. I picked Minnesota. You got Denver. Minnesota got game 1. And now Anthony Edwards, Rob, goes for 43. And before that, and especially after that, people are going gaga over Anthony Edwards. The Michael Jordan comparisons. Anthony even said they need to stop. He said, I want him to stop. He's like, he's the greatest player ever. I can't be compared to him. Nice statement from Anthony Edwards. And we'll get into that Jordan-Edwards comparison later,
He's just
Rob.
a smart young guy.
I like his comments. I like his attitude.
And it's not that you're running away from it or being great. It's just that.
It's just respect.
Yeah, like, dude, let's stop. Let's not put that on me. We know this because we heard all the baby Jordans and all these other people. It's just go out. If that is going to happen and you're going to be that talented, Chris, it'll just happen. Yeah, you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to talk about it. Let other people talk about that.
Right, and other people will, but that's what we get paid to do. And then, Rob, so Anthony Edwards is a bona fide superstar, I believe. Jalen Brunson, now there's all the talk, is he a superstar? 35 points a game in their 6-game series victory over Philadelphia. I have been on television and radio saying no. Not yet. I'm not saying he'll definitely get there. I'm not saying he won't. I'm saying not yet. And I even said today, Rob, on First Things First on FS1, that even if they have if he has a huge series, another 30-something points a game, and they beat Indiana, to me, he's still not a superstar. And Rob G is wondering, why is Edwards, who hasn't gone any further in the playoffs than Brunson, why is he a superstar and Brunson isn't?
Can we go to the Rookie of the Year tallies when Brunson was a rookie? Rob G?
Rob. I want your opinion.
Yeah. I'm asking Rob G for the Brunson's rookie year. How many votes?
0.
Okay. Okay.
We ain't no need to look it up.
Okay. I'm just trying to rub it in to just say there is a reason, Chris. And we thought that Anthony Edwards got robbed. Not a second guess, right? Didn't we think he got robbed of the Rookie of the Year?
Absolutely.
The year that they gave it to LaMelo.
Yep.
So we saw something to think he was the best rookie at that point. He didn't win. And so he was in that conversation. And I think that's a lot of it, Chris. You talk about where you come from, your pedigree, where you're – those are the expectations when a guy – not everybody wins Rookie of the Year or has a chance to even win it.
Right.
And those are the people you look at. And that's no disrespect to Brunson. He was not on anybody's radar to be a Rookie of the Year. And still, what he's doing is tremendous.
Yep.
We're not poo-pooing him. We're not saying he's not worthy of a conversation to be about how great he's played this year. But there's a big difference between being a star player and a guy who's playing really well now. Because I guarantee you, if they lose to the Pacers, okay, and Anthony Edwards could lose to the Nuggets and nobody would take it away, Chris. That's the difference.
There you go.
If the Knicks lose, nobody will stand on their business, Chris, and say, "Oh no, Brunson's a superstar." Not one person will do that if they lose to the Pacers, and then that's the difference. That's what separates the two. Is one has a tag that until further notice, and the other one's tag is like flimsy. Like it could fall off at any time. A bad couple of games, a lost series. Come on, man. It's flimsy. And Anthony Edwards is not flimsy, Chris.
Great way to put it, Rob. I agree with you completely, obviously. And I'll just add a little bit to it. Jalen Brunson's first 4 years in the league, he was a role player. You can jump on Dallas if you want and say, well, they didn't know what they had.
Right.
But, well, I mean, if you're that good, you're going to, and granted, he became that good. But initially, he wasn't. And the burden of proof as far as becoming a superstar is going to be higher for Jalen Brunson than it is for Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is supposed to be a superstar. Let's just keep it real, Rob. He was the first pick of the draft.
Keep going.
When you're the first pick of the draft, you're supposed to be a superstar. So the day you step in the league, we are looking. We are waiting. When's it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And the dude averaged 19 points as a rookie, Rob. And it's been over 20 points since then. So he's got a pedigree. Jalen Brunson steps in the league. You know what you're asking? Not, is he going to be a superstar? When will he become a superstar? Is he going to stick? Is he even going to stay in the league? So then you see one very good year last year, one great year this year. Now that's 6 seasons deep, and we're supposed to already say, oh, he's a superstar. Well, then Trae Young, why wasn't Trae Young a superstar? Why wasn't little old Isaiah Thomas with the Boston Celtics, Rob? Remember, he had some really nice years before going to Boston.
Yep.
He had averaged 20 in Sacramento. He had averaged, 19 in another year. And then he gets to the Celtics, 22 points a game, makes the All-Star team. Next year, 29 points a game, 50-plus wins, 5th in the MVP voting. Still, was anybody saying, Rob, he was a superstar?
Nope, not at all.
Can we stop it? It's just ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying Jalen can't get there, Rob. We're just saying he's going to have to really show a lot more. Call it unfair, whatever. That's the deal. And I'm going to throw
Chris,
this in,
let
too,
me say this, too. I'm going to say this. And I'm dead serious. If you're not there already, the chances of you getting there are slim to none. Like to be a superstar. Very few superstars emerge that late, is what I'm saying. Like, it's usually early. I'd have to really think that a guy played as a role player and worked his way all the way up to being a superstar. Not a star in the league. I'm talking about a superstar because there's so few superstars.
Handful. Now, Chauncey was a star.
Not a superstar.
Right. Jimmy Butler, Rob.
Star.
Not a superstar?
Nope.
Okay, some would say he's a superstar, but that he would be one arguable. The ones that come to mind besides those two,
because I don't have that many superstars. That's
right.
just me. When I think of like seriously like a superstar.
The ones that come to mind are international, and like Giannis didn't come into the league lighting it up. Jokic didn't come into the league lighting it up. Jokic was a second round pick. So was Manu Ginobili. And the difference is this, though, Rob. We didn't watch Giannis and Jokic in college, right? Had we watched them in college and they weren't very good, and then they got into the NBA and they weren't very good initially, or, they weren't stars, they even starters at times, then maybe we would have had a higher burden for them. But we didn't know. We knew, a lot of teams draft international guys.
You don't know what they're going to turn out to be.
Yeah, and they just know they got potential. They don't have to pay them right away because they're going to stay overseas
that's a good point on
for a little while, right?
Flavor.
And then they develop. And now, obviously, those two are bona fide superstars. Scottie Pippen, Rob, was another. He obviously became a superstar, but he didn't start off like that. So it happens. I'm not saying it's impossible for Brunson, but I'm just saying right now he's not there. Last thing quickly, Rob, before we go to callers, there also is an aesthetic factor. And Brunson's game is fun to watch, but it's not like Anthony Edwards. The spectacular nature of his game, it does help him in the chase to be a superstar, right? It just does. I mean, that's not all superstars aren't like that. But guys that have that element to their Rob, Dominique Wilkins, we said it, never got past the second round. He's a superstar. His game was just crazy with the dunks and the putbacks, tip dunks, all that stuff. Vince Carter, superstar in my book. Highlight reel dunks and all that stuff. So